This time on the Overlanding channel, I'm going to take some of this and combine it into some first aid kits. Let's get going. Thanks for coming back to the Overlanding channel. I've been kind of lucky for the last 10 plus years, 12, 20 almost years. In all my travels, all the places I've gone, I haven't really needed a first aid kit and have neglected to make one. In this video, I'm going to start to remedy that. I don't have everything I need for a master kit, but I'm going to start with a couple of everyday kind of kits I'll keep in the truck, the trailer, and maybe a couple of kits to slip into the backpack or when I get away from the truck. They'll be fairly small. Start by seeing what I've got here. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've collected over the years, including some of these bags, and a bunch of stuff I just bought at the dollar store recently. It's not going to be expensive kits, but we're going to see what we come up with. Alright, let's see what we got here. Got a little sand splint. This is going to be saved for later in the master kit. Let me get these down here. I'll just start putting some of that stuff in this Harbor Freight Apache box. It's kind of dirty and I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm going to look at upgrading that to one of the big bright orange boxes so it's easy to find, or something else that'll fit behind the cabinet in my rear seat delete. Okay, after going through all those bins off camera, I've come up with some, well, more than I thought I had actually. I've got some wet ones from the trailer kit. It's good for cleaning some stuff up, along with some antiseptic cleaning wipes and some hand wipes, a couple of things of burn cream, some various scissors. I've got more of them sitting to the side, a tongue depressor, a couple of nosebleed clamps, some random gauze and cling wrap, some 5x9s, some 4x4s, a bunch of 2x2s, triangular bandage, which I have some more of, some hand warmers, some cold packs, as well as a bunch of random adhesive bandages, which I bought a bunch of brand new of, and some tapes and wraps. I've also found an old CPR mask that's kind of out an old style, but they still work just fine. Looks like I'll need to buy more things for the big kit, but we're just going to do the little kits today. Alright, let's see what we did from the dollar store the other day. See, this came in from Amazon. It's a 12 pack of triangular bandages. Set that there. Got a couple of heat packs. A couple things of antibiotic ointment. Some more gauze rolls, some new ones. Some more adhesive bandages, different types. Alcohol prep pads. Some more 2x2s. Lots more 2x2s. A couple of bigger rolls of some elastic support bandage, basically athletic bandages. I get those because they can hold some pressure if necessary. And one thing that might surprise you about a first aid kit, so I've got some bottles of water. These ones happen to have squirt tops on them, but they're great for cleaning wounds, like deeper wounds. Those will probably go in the bigger kit. But because of these squirt tops, they're great for cleaning wounds. I don't have to have sterile water because your wound's not sterile. It just needs to be cleaned out of all the big chunks. Okay, for a couple of these smaller kits, I've got these Pelican 1020s. They've been kicking around for a while. Start off with putting two of the 4x4 pads down in the bottom. Then we'll put, like 6 of the 2x2 pads on top of that. Since I put that in, I'm going to put a roll of tape in each one. I'm going to put a couple of these larger bandages, adhesive bandages in each one. Some of the regular large adhesive bandages. Before I forget, because we put that the regular dressings in there, I'm going to put in a couple of these cling rolls and some of the smaller adhesive bandages. So far I'm using what I have from the stuff I've had kicking around. Put in each of them a handful of cleansing wipes, antiseptic cleansing wipes. And each one of these, I think we're going to call that pretty good. And we'll start with those for the small kits for the truck. Put one of these in my truck and probably one of these in Dad's truck. We'll see where we go from there and if we need anything else. And let's set those aside and work on the next one. Alright, next kit I'm going to do is going to be another Pelican case. I'm not sure which one this is, which Pelican case this is, because it's been painted over. This has been repurposed a couple of times, but it's the one I'm going to use today. So for this kit, because it's going to go in the trailer, I'm actually going to put 2 of these surgical dressing 5x9s in it. Put some more of these 4x4s in it. Put the rest of these 2x2s in there. A couple of the larger cling rolls. And because it's such a small kit, I'm going to put a couple of the I'm not going to put hand warmers in it. I think I'll save that for later. I'm going to put one of these triangle band-aids in it. Now let's break into those new ones. Let's put a couple of them in there because we'll see why in just a moment. Ooh, these ones pack thinner too. Yeah, we'll use those. I'm not going to put a lot of the band-aid type stuff, put a couple in there. Simply because the trailer doesn't go anywhere without the truck. And the truck kit will have band-aids and stuff like that in it. This is for the stuff that might be a little bit heavier duty around camp. Put a roll of tape in there. I'm counting on all this to compress down a little bit. That's put the red one in. I like that better. It's got more on it. A couple of packs of cleaning wipes. And because this one's a bit bigger, we're going to put a couple of packs of hand cleaning wipes in there. Slide those in on the edge. I'm going to also put a couple of things of Band-Aid scissors and some hemostats in there. Like I said, this container is just for now. I'd like to be in a slightly larger container, but it's what I have without going too big of a container. I might have too much stuff in there for this container. It'll collapse down and fit in there nicely. And this, like I said, it's going to go in the trailer, so we'll stick it up in the inside shelf where it'll be out of the way. I forgot to stick the burn creams in there. I guess I got to get it back out. I think the only burns I'd use these creams on are sunburn type of burns. Simply because I don't want anything, unless the doctor wants it, on burns. It's just the way I've been trained over the years. Well, I guess on the deeper burns. Next up, we'll go over some of this other stuff we have and why I have it. Because I didn't need all that like I thought I did, but we're going to go with it. Well, let's not forget to make these first. This one's a little pre-made one that I've already had, and this is one of the ones I intend on slipping into a backpack. Got some alcohol prep pads in it, handful of Band-Aids, a little bit of gauze, a little bit of tape. Might supplement it with a couple more Band-Aids. That big one's gonna be a pain in the butt. A couple of alcohol pads, antiseptic wipes. And we'll more or less call that good. That'll be one of the ones slipped into a backpack. Thought about using that one, but got another horizontal one here. Might work better. I'm gonna break into these, I think, larger bandages here. Yep. Nope. Those are itty bitties. I thought they were. Oh well. Let's grab some of them. We're gonna have to redo our thoughts here for dollar store stuff because they're not as big as I thought they were. Old ones are. A couple knuckle Band-Aids. Slide all these in. Along with some 2x2s and some antiseptic wipes. Another one of the kits that gets slid into a backpack. We're just going to go with that for now. Small kit, but it should do what I'm looking for it to do. Okay, I've added some things and taken some things away from the table. I'm going to start moving some things around here, but in the future, I plan to, well, possibly upgrade those particular kits that I've made with possibly some larger or different containers. We'll see where we go from there. I'm just using what I had on hand today. Put a lot of this stuff up for some spares and stuff to have ready. Some of it's going to go in this box, which is a Apache from Harbor Freight 3800. This one most likely is going to get changed to a different kind of case, but I haven't decided what yet. Some gauze roll. Mostly because I'm going to make it kind of like my quote-unquote trauma kit. Currently I'm not certified as an EMT, but I have hundreds of hours of experience and training as an EMT over the last 30 years. We talked about some of the stuff that's in here already, like the water I put in for irrigating wounds. Stack some of the stuff in for spares for later. Some of the big trauma dressings in. I'm looking for a larger case for this. It will probably be an orange one, probably the Harbor Freight case, just so it organizes and carries everything like I like. Now you might have noticed this cardboard on the shelf behind me, and cardboard doesn't take up a lot of room. And it also makes for great splinting material, so I tend to use it for that. Let's put a couple of these in there for now. And from my experience, I've got a blood pressure kit in here I'm going to put in there as well. So the trauma shears, these aren't my favorite trauma shears, but they're the disposable ones I'll put in a kit like this. My favorite ones are basically right around in the truck and the trailer with me all the time. And they're the ones by Leatherman, the Leatherman Wave, I think they call them. I'll have to look again, but the Leatherman trauma shears. I might even make a plate that connects to there to keep some of this stuff up and easy to find. But until I have the larger one that I'm looking for, you notice I've got some elastic roll here. This is good for stabilizing some strains and adding some different different scenarios to help stabilize joints and bones. Pin, always important to have. I need to dig into my stash and get some more pins out and put in there. Make sure I have some different hemostats, needle drivers, and bandage shears. That's one of the things I need to make that little rack for that would go up in the lid. I'm going to put a couple of triangular bandages in there. Make sure I've got enough stuff to tie some stuff down. This definitely needs more organization. We'll go over it again in another video when I have the stuff that I want to add to it. And when I have the room to add stuff to it. But for now, we're going to call that good. This kit's not likely to go with me anywhere at the moment. Mostly because it's not set up the way I have. I don't have any trips planned, excuse me. Trips planned where I would need something like that. But we're going to work on putting it together anyway. I also have some tape out here. We're going to make something that needs to go in to a couple of these kits. And to that tape I'm going to add some old gift cards, because I don't want to take a whole roll of tape like this. What I'm going to do here, stick the tape to the gift card, wrap it around a handful of times so we have several feet of tape here. And yes, it is white. It just happens to be white Gorilla tape that I had in the garage. And wanting to stick some of this tape in my other kits, that's why I want a little slightly larger containers for them. There's a butterfly buzzing that camera. So we'll make a couple more of those. If you don't have any empty gift cards laying around, you have that credit card that's just way too hot from buying all your overland gear and accessories, wrap it up in there. If you have the need to go buy some gift cards, well, the ones that are hanging at some of the stores, you can break some of the tops off and use them up, use the gift cards in your wallet and use those tops to make these rolls. In fact, now that I'm kind of looking at it, these tops might be, of the gift cards might be perfect instead of the gift cards. Because after you get done wrapping it up, oh come on, there we go. You've got the little tab here you can hang it from something with if necessary. Alrighty, we're going to call that good. There's several feet on each of these. I'm just going to stick them in there for now because I'm not ready for the kit sizes that those are going to go in yet. You may be wondering about the cardboard that's behind me here. This, or these, I've got 3 of them total right now, are report covers or for doing your school reports and such things, displays. Called a project display board, I guess. But something like this is great to stick behind your crew cab, club cab seats. They don't take up hardly any room, but with trauma shears, a knife, a lot of other things, you can cut and fold these so they make good splints for long bones, legs, arms, elbows, knees. A couple layers of cardboard is actually fairly sturdy, and they don't hardly take up any room when they're flat. In fact, in my rear seat delete, there's a gap between the platform and the original floor of the truck. This will slide into really nicely and just kind of be out of the way until I need it, if I ever need it. So I may take one of these and one of these cards I just made and stick them in together. Because with that, and you're out on a trip, take a pillow, take some of your blanket, cut it down. You're in an emergency. And make some padding for it. Wrap that around and put some tape over it to hold it in place. It's a great splint. You'll find a lot of cardboard splints pre-made, just need to be folded up under the seat of a lot of ambulances. I've got some of these, total of 3. I'll stick them in a couple random places. One of the places it might go, laid out flat underneath the mattress of my trailer for one of them. Now, of course, my trauma kit's not ready, so it's not really going to go anywhere with me. Maybe it'll be stuck in the truck just in case I have somewhere to go with a larger group. Cardboard for splinting. I've got my smaller kits that'll basically stay in the vehicles, and some extra stuff as well. I need to pick up down the road some more extra stuff and some more supplies to better outfit my bigger kit. Some things I'm thinking of are things like perhaps a tourniquet, maybe some different larger dressings, some more burn dressing type of stuff, and just general information. Something else that would be good in here is a pad of paper to go with your pen to take information down, when stuff was happened and stuff like that. Something else you might consider in each of these, if you have any life-sustaining prescription medications, put a small amount in each of these kits just so you're never without it. You might also put in some different over-the-counter medications like Advil, Tylenol, ibuprofen, acetaminophen basically, and naproxen or Aleve, in order to, whatever you prefer, in order to help you deal with the aches and pains of being injured. Because you could be a ways out there and a ways away from rescue. Alright, with that said, thanks for joining me on this video. I'm going to get these put in the different places where they belong, and we'll see you on the next one and hopefully out on the trail.